Hey, I want to talk to you about the worst question of all time that should never be asked because it's a ridiculous question that just baffles the shit out of me. And this question is, how can I stop eating junk food? I just really love junk food. How can I stop binging on it? I can't control myself. I just don't understand this question because whether you ask me or you ask anyone in the universe, what answer are you expecting that person to give you? Like, the only answer that I can think of that can possibly be said about that is just don't eat it. Just because an opportunity arises where there is delicious looking food does not mean that you have to eat it each and every time. And if you believe that, and if you believe that that's justified as, I'm just treating myself, then you're just a gluttonous asshole. And you need to be fed the truth. Because if you have any interest in bodybuilding or looking a certain way or reaching your goals like fitness, body composition wise, and you go around with that attitude like, it's bad to be restrictive, I'm just treating myself, then you really are just on two opposite universes because you can't expect to look a certain way if you're expecting to go around eating whatever you want just because some delicious food conveniently presented itself. That's absurd. So, what I'm trying to say is that you can't avoid it. And I don't possess some kind of magical power. I don't possess like the all knowing secret to avoid junk food because it's not easy. There's no shortcut. There's no secret answer to this question besides just don't eat it. If someone comes into my house right now with a pizza and I'm hungry, obviously it looks good and I'm going to want to eat that pizza. But I can just cook something else. I can just make chicken. I could just make eggs. I can make any other food. I don't have to eat the pizza just because someone conveniently walked into my house carrying a box. That is not a good way of thinking. So, it's impossible. There's nothing you can do to avoid it. If you're going to the mall to buy a pair of pants, you're going to pass delicious smelling Cinnabon stand. You're going to pass Mrs. Fields cookies. You're going to pass a pizza place. If you go out to eat with your friends and family, they're going to be ordering french fries and awesome stuff that you probably want to eat. If you go to work, there's always going to be that one asshole who feels the need to bring donuts every day. It just can't be avoided unless you lock yourself in your closet and never come out. Even in your own house, your parents or whoever you live with might be buying junk food and leaving it all around the house for you to eat at any time. I'm not trying to make you think that, oh, I'm so superior because I don't eat this stuff, but I'm just saying that I don't go out of my way to avoid junk food. It's here, it's all around me, and I don't let that bother me, and I don't let that think that I have to eat it because it's here. Right now, my house is loaded with junk food of all kinds. There's ice cream, there's candy in all the dishes, there's chips, there's cookies, there's even a box of cookies that's flavored like Cinnabons. And I'll just go up to them and waft because they smell really good. They smell exactly like Cinnabons. And I'd like to taste one of those cookies and know what a Cinnabon flavored cookie tastes like, but I've smelled them and I can assure all of you that they taste like cinnamon, I can imagine. So I don't need to eat them or try them because that's just stupid. I'm sure they taste like Cinnabons and whatever. So, yeah, I don't eat this stuff. And I know that you might think that I live a miserable life and I'm psycho because of this, but like I said, you can't have goals to look a certain way and go around eating things. There's a fine line between, I understand that people associate food with having fun, and that makes sense because if you go to a birthday party, you want to have cake and have fun. You want to go out with your friends for ice cream. You want to go out for dinner with your family and order like big pasta dishes or whatever it is you like. And that's enjoyable and that's fun, and I get it. I'm not that stupid where I don't get it. But there's a fine line between treating yourself to like a cheat meal and having fun on occasion or just eating everything every time it presents itself just because it's there. There's a fine line between having fun and having zero discipline at all, and you really need to find that balance. So I don't want people to think that people always ask me, what do I do if my friends want to go out for ice cream? My friends want to go out to eat and they're ordering bad stuff. What do I do? I get really mad when I see these questions because you're your own person, and just because your friends are ordering shit doesn't mean that you have to order shit. It doesn't mean that they are gonna laugh at you and make fun of you because you're not eating the same way as them. I have never suffered, like, socially because I don't eat the same way as my friends. I don't have friends that have the same interests as me. My two best friends have never set foot inside a gym in their entire life. They don't care about bodybuilding. They don't give a shit about weightlifting. They don't care about muscles. And they just eat whatever they want. I don't let that affect me. They can do whatever they want. I'm not going to tell them what to do. They can continue eating whatever they want. That's fine. That they don't have the same interests as me. But when they ask me to do stuff with them, I still hang out with them. I don't sit home and cry about it just because they're going to be eating stuff that I'm not going to eat. I can eat whatever I want at any time. I just choose not to. No one's forcing you to do it. You have to be your own. You have to be intrinsically motivated to do it for yourself. So I go out to eat all the time with my friends, like several times a week sometimes, and I'll just order a piece of steak, plain, no butter, no oil, no nothing. I don't care. It's still good. I go out to eat for ice cream with them all the time. I go out to bars with them, and they order nachos, and they order wings and beers and all that stuff, and I just sit there and I order a black coffee, and I don't think that that makes my life miserable because I'm hanging out with them because they're my friends and I enjoy their company, and I just like to go out and do things with them. I don't hang out with them just because there's food and ice cream involved. I don't need them to become my portal to ice cream. If I want ice cream, I can get in the car and drive to get ice cream myself. So you need to stop looking at hanging out with your friends as like going for food. You need to hang out with your friends because you want to hang out with your friends. I can hang out with my friends just fine and not have a problem by sitting at a bar drinking coffee while they eat wings. And we're just talking. I don't care what they're eating. Or we go out for ice cream and I just don't order ice cream. Just because you're in an ice cream place doesn't mean you have to get ice cream. That should be like on a Snapple cab. Anyway, so let's say your friends ask you to eat at, this is the key to like not having a miserable life. If your friends call you up and they're like, let's go out for ice cream, you have three options. Option A, tell them, no, I'm not allowed to eat ice cream, and cry in your bed and pout like a 3-year-old child. That's not a good option because you're just making yourself miserable out of a situation that really isn't that miserable, and you're just going to feel really bad about yourself and your social life will suffer. Or option B, you can say, they invited me for ice cream and I really want to go. I'll just treat myself. Then an hour later, you're on Tumblr. My friends invited me for ice cream and I felt like I had to go because everybody else was doing it. And then I used extra chocolate sauce and put Sour Patch Kids on top. Is that a binge? Now I'm fat. Now I have to starve myself and do 4,000 crunches and spend an extra 10 hours at the gym. What do I do? No, don't do that because there's nothing you can do. Once you eat something you're not supposed to, just get over it. You can't like do anything unhealthy. You're not going to starve yourself and solve it. You're not going to go work out an extra 3 hours at the gym and solve it. It's really like all you have to do is wait, get over it, move on, carry on living, and look back to that situation and figure out why you felt the need that you had to go eat ice cream just because your friends invited you. The correct answer in my life is to just go with my friends to eat ice cream so I can go out, have fun, and don't sit there and pout the whole time because they're eating ice cream and I'm not. Act like a fucking adult and just have fun because I'm the one choosing not to eat ice cream. No one's forcing me to do it. So if you really don't want to do it and you're so miserable, then maybe you should pick a different goal in life other than being ripped because really, it's really not worth it if you're going to sit there like this while your friends eat things that you're not allowing yourself to eat. So, 9 minutes into this video, I can see why you think that I'm psycho, and this is no way to live, and this is strict and miserable. I have said many times on this blog that I am the biggest fan of cheat days. And the reason why I refer to these as like planned cheat days is because I don't believe that anyone should eat perfectly or try to eat perfectly 100% of the time. Living like this 100% of the time will make you miserable, and it will make you feel like you have a shitty life. Because I'm honest and I admit that I would always, 100% of the time, rather eat something like pizza and fries versus grilled chicken and broccoli. If we could just look however we wanted and eat whenever we wanted, I would never, in the history of my life, choose to eat grilled chicken and broccoli. Ever. Not once, probably. I would probably always choose something like pizza or fries or burgers. But I'm not one of those psycho people who lie and say like, I'd rather have a bowl of lettuce than a pizza. Because then you're a fucking idiot and you're just full of shit. Or you're crazy. So, I admit that I love junk food, I love crappy food, and it's not easy to avoid it all the time. It's gonna suck, and you're gonna probably wish that you were eating something crappier. But that's when I have a cheat day, and I say to myself, Friday is gonna be my cheat day. And then on Friday, I know that I'm gonna cheat. You're ready, you're prepared, you're scheduled, you know that it's gonna happen on Friday. And that way, you're a lot less likely to feel badly about it and consider it a binge and cry about it and feel like you need to suffer because you failed at your diet. If you include these things, you can just feel in control. You can feel like what you're doing is planned, and you don't have to feel guilty and cry about it afterwards. And you get to, have whatever it is you're craving. If my friends are always going out for ice cream and I tell myself that my cheat day is on Friday, I'll call my friends up on Friday and be like, hey guys, let's go out for ice cream today. And then I'll go out for ice cream and I'll have fun, I'll eat whatever I want, and everything is cool. So don't think that I'm psycho and I live some kind of miserable life because I'm not eating every fucking 2 seconds just because ice cream existed. And just because Cinnabon cookies are in my house, and woe is me, I can't eat them. Seriously, stop being a baby, suck it up, and when someone asks you, how do I stop eating? You just stop eating. Or you eat something else that's healthier. So I hope you don't think I'm trying to come off like an insensitive dick, but really, evaluate yourself, because I'm sure that your reasoning for eating junk is just stupid. So, don't do it.